you were the first person in your family to go to college, right?
To a college, yes.
Okay. And you went to college, and I guess you were thinking about dropping out, and a professor came in and did something interesting.
I had gone to Dutchess Community College in Poughkeepsie, New York, and the president of the college, James Hall, very stern, formal Navy admiral, etc. None of the students liked him because he was so strict, but he was good at what he did. And I graduated from Dutchess, and I got a scholarship, Martin Luther King scholarship to Boston University. But it was for a scholarship for the academic side, but not for room and board and books. And so I just struggled and got a job, and it was just rough. And so I decided I was going to come back to Poughkeepsie, take off college for a year, earn some dollars from my books, etc., and then go back to BU after the year. And so I went to visit a friend of mine at Dutchess. As I'm leaving, going down the hall, Dr. Hall says, "Hey, Bill Duke, stop." I said, "Hey, Dr. Hall, I got to go." He says, "No, come here." I go into his office, and he says, "How you doing at BU?" I said, "Well, I'm doing well, but I'm going to drop out for a year and come back here and work and save some money for my room and board and books." He says, "No, you're not." I said, "Dr. Hall, I can't discuss this." He says, "Wait a minute." And he goes into his vest pocket, pulls out an envelope, and hands it to me. I said, "What is this?" He says, "Open it." I open the envelope, and I pull out, it's a check. And it was a check that paid for my room, my board, my books, and food for the rest of my stay at Boston University. And I tried to thank him. He just said, so it kind of put another question on my racism, put it that way.
Right, because here's two white people
That cared.
who are helping you without asking for anything in return.
Nothing. Zero. I used to call him every year and say, "Dr. Hall, I know you don't want to hear this, but I love you for what you did." And he used to stutter and just hang up.
Okay. So you go to Boston University, and then you go to NYU, to the Tisch School of Arts.
Yes.
And that's where you started getting your acting chops?
Well, my acting chops really started at Dutch Community College, Constance Kuhn, speech and drama class, and we had to do a play every year. And she decided that she wanted to do The Emperor Jones by Eugene O'Neill, and I would be the co-star in the play. And I don't know why, but something happened. It clicked, something. But in those days, I told my parents I really liked this, and they said, "You're out of your mind, and you're not going to be an actor because you're going to get educated and you're going to earn money because doctors earn money, so you're going to be a doctor." In those days, you did what your parents told you to do. So I took pre-med courses, and they gave us cats and, squalus acanthias and all kinds of things to take home and cut up veins and arteries. And my room smelled like formaldehyde. Everybody laughed at me, and I said, "This is not for me, it's not for me." So they said, "Okay, you're always writing in that journal. English teachers make money. You're going to be an English teacher." So I went away to BU and majored in English, but I'd fallen asleep for the third time in my Chaucer class. I don't know if you ever read Chaucer, but it's the most, I shouldn't say it, but it's boring, okay? Significant historically, but boring. My roommate, Israel Hicks, said, "There's a black man up at the Department of Drama and Lloyd Richards, and you've been talking about this acting thing. Why don't you go up there and audition?" I went up there, auditioned, and I got in, to my own surprise. And I'm glad there was not YouTube at that time, because the next semester I was dancing across a floor in a ballet class in tights. That's not a pretty sight. So anyway, and once I got that bug, Lloyd became my mentor. I followed him to NYU, School of the Arts, gave him my first job at the Negro Ensemble Company. And then he did a film out in LA for PBS called Gold Watch about internment of Japanese during World War II. And he said, I need an assistant. So I came out and I want to go back. He says, no, you're going to stay here. Just stay here and see what happens. And stayed here for a while, and then, got some good fortune and went back to New York and came back out here to stay.
Right, because I guess after that you started hitting off, doing off-Broadway plays. I guess you did like 30 or so plays during the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually, got your acting skills together on the stage.
I love the stage, and I think stage acting is the foundation of all great actors. I mean, you find there's no take two, no close-ups. I mean, you're on that stage, either it works or doesn't. And I used to stand in the wings, as they call them, and look on at some of the most wonderful actors. You never heard of them for the most part, but some of the greatest talent I've ever known in my life, and just learn from just watching them. And Bee Wind and, Garrett Morris at that time was in a play called Ain't Supposed to Die Natural Death. And I mean, Minnie Gentry. It was like a learning experience.